Yes, thank you, studio audience. Thank you. You're always there for something. Every time you're always there. It's like magic. Um, this is the second episode of Trend Chat. My name is Brian Bledsoe. This is a Valentine's Day edition of Trend Chat. So whether you're into Valentine's Day, like really with the flowers and the chocolate and going out to restaurants, or if you're not into it at all, or want to be into it and not able to because maybe things are not going your way at the moment, I still want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. And hopefully, in listening to me, maybe this could give you a little relief, or some time away as far as everything that's been going on today. So we're broadcasting on Spreaker. I really appreciate them having this opportunity to use their platform. Also, we're broadcasting from the great state of Texas in Houston. And definitely, I live in Dallas. I'm in Houston today. And just speaking of Houston, actually, I guess it goes into one of the topics that I'm going to talk about. Because Houston is the hometown of one Beyonce, Knowles. And the topics I'm going to talk about today is the Grammys, and also we'll talk a little bit more about the shakeup in the Trump administration. Hopefully I can get all that out in the next 15 minutes. But first, I want to say also that before I get into the Grammys, I do write occasionally. I write for a website called Politichicks. And if you want to read some of that work, it's politichicks.com/author/Brian Bledsoe. If you want to read, I've written, I think maybe 6, 7 articles, but just if you want to get a little bit more about myself, and Politichicks is a great website. We have a lot of contributors, and I think you would enjoy, whether it's me or someone else. There's a plethora of writers there that will, if you have a particular preference, you can easily just find someone to connect with on there. So as far as the Grammys go, I did watch all the Grammys. I guess for me, the one thing that really sticked out for me is, like I was saying about Beyonce and me being in Houston, and it just seemed like the Grammys was basically the further deification of Queen Bee, I guess. I mean, whether it was her performance or just everyone basically. I'm not just talking about the dancers bowing down during her performance. I mean, it's like people in general, like Adele, like people were just like, I don't know what it is. Oh, maybe because she's pregnant, everyone was kind of like really going out of their way to compliment Beyonce, and to the point where I feel like if they keep going down this track, next year it's not going to be the Grammys anymore. It's going to be the Beyoncés, and basically it's going to be a statue of her. Kind of like how she was in her performance with the crown or whatever on her head, the headpiece, and it's going to be basically just handing out Beyonce's to everyone. It really it's funny. I mean, it almost feels like they're trying to build a church towards Beyonce, or make some sort of religion, or I think that's already happened. So someone has already done that. So it just feels like the mainstream of the music industry is just following along to praise and bow down to Queen Bee. So it was also kind of funny just watching the last award, and when Adele was up there, she was just giving so much praise to Beyonce, to the point where I felt like, are you just gonna go down there and just get on your hands and knees and just raise the award to Beyonce? Like, here you go, here. It felt like she was just saying so much to try to, I don't know, maybe she was feeling some sort of guilt. of some sort of, I guess maybe guilt. I guess she wanted to make sure didn't that she gave enough compliments to, I guess, to not upset the black people. I guess because when I saw it, the first thing I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I know there's going to be someone out there on Twitter or somewhere on social media is going to say, "Oh well, look, they all won and it's all because of racism, just because Adele's white and Beyonce's black." I just knew it was coming. Then, just so happened I see today on CNN there was an article basically saying that, and I was not surprised at all. I knew someone was going. Now I thought it was going to be like on some just random person on Twitter or a couple of people doing that, but it was actually on CNN. So I'm pretty sure there's probably others out there too as well. But it really just seeing how much they're putting her on a pedestal. And yeah, like I said, to the point, it was crazy. But outside of that, there was some commercials that were making some statements as well. There was a Nike commercial with LeBron James and Serena Williams where they were talking about equality and basically kind of a low-key shot at President Trump, I'm guessing. I wouldn't be surprised given LeBron James and he endorsing Hillary Clinton and all. And the one that kind of caught my eye was the one for Truth. If you don't know what Truth is the organization that goes after big tobacco companies or just tobacco in general and trying to raise awareness for people to stop smoking. And they had this one commercial where they was talking about that big tobacco targets the black neighborhood. And they had like a hashtag stop profiling, which it was, to me, the first thing that came to my mind, because when I'm watching these shows, whether it's the Grammys, the Oscars, SAGs, or whatever these awards in the entertainment that are going on, I know a lot of people tend to watch it for the performances and kind of just look at it that. Me personally, for one, because they're so left as far as their political leanings, that I'm just wondering what they're trying to say, because I'm pretty sure they're always trying to say something to push some sort of viewpoint, and it happens all the time. And seeing this particular commercial just kind of made me think about where it was talking about stop profiling. And I was thinking, like, okay, you want to talk about the tobacco industry targeting black neighborhoods or minority neighborhoods, and yet you have Planned Parenthood out here who are also out there. You can say in the same way they were saying about tobacco, Planned Parenthood is doing the same thing in minority communities. So, but we know nobody want to talk about that, especially over there in the entertainment industry. They definitely don't want to talk about where Planned Parenthood is in these neighborhoods. And the thing about tobacco, yes, it's a risk of death, risk of cancer. On the other hand, you have Planned Parenthood where you have these women going in here having abortions, which is 100% death. They're going in for someone to die. Someone is going to die, and 9 times out of 10, it's the baby. Unless for that unfortunate incident where something happens to the mother as well. But I feel like if you want to stop profiling in that sense, as far as the tobacco industry, why didn't you want to do something about this Planned Parenthood issue? They both are unhealthy. One is more unhealthy than the other one. It's death with Planned Parenthood. But like I said, we don't want to talk about that. So when I say we, I'm talking about them over there in I guess entertainment land. But and those were the two commercials that kind of stuck out. Stuck out to me. Obviously, everyone saw the dress that singer Joy Villa wore that on the red carpet, and that was when I first saw that, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that, but that kind of just blew me away. I couldn't believe someone actually took that step to make that known. And that was that was a bold statement to make. For her to be, well, she's biracial, but I mean, just for the sake of this argument, just to say a black person going out not on top of just wearing that dress in the support for Trump. That is a big step to make for any person, any minority, especially because there's more that's going to come with it, not only just from the media in general, but mostly within people probably she know in her immediate family. That's something a lot of black people, I know myself personally, that's something you definitely have to think about if you're thinking about even not saying that you're going to be a Republican or a conservative or a libertarian. No, just simply questioning progressive ideology. Just simply doing that. That right there is enough to receive all sorts of scorn and called all sorts of names. Not just questioning. You wouldn't even have to say I'm a conservative, I'm a Republican or something, or libertarian, anything like that. No. Just question it. And that's all you have to do. And that right there will just bring all sorts of heat on your life. And if you have to be prepared for it, and really need to understand that. So that stuck out to me. And also, having, Tribe Called Quest and Busta Rhymes calling the president Agent Orange. Well, that's what Busta Rhymes called him. It was just funny that he would call him that. And I was just wondering, if when Obama was in, and if some country star said something like, they called him, Captain Chocolate or, Comrade Barry or Mr. Mocha. I don't know, just something in the same vein as what Busta Rhymes called President Trump. It called him Agent Orange, and I could just imagine that. I mean, that would be the trend right now. That would be what everyone would be talking about right now. That this person's a racist. This person, he is lynching folks in his backyard or whoever it is, and so it's just so easy to just see the double standard. And that's one thing about me that if you don't know from hearing me for these, just know this, that I can't stand double standards. I really can't. And when I see it, it's just something that kind of sticks out. So, well, we're coming up to the end right now. And actually, I didn't even get a chance to get to the shakeup in the Trump administration, which really all I will say is that with Michael Flynn leaving and having people leaving in the administration, I guess the only thing I really will say is that I feel like it really shouldn't be surprising. And personally, I suspect that this administration is probably going to have the highest turnover rate of any administration, historic levels of turnover. Only just because President Trump just not going to deal with, any sort of, I guess, incompetency or anyone that's making the administration look bad. He's just not going to put up with it. And so all these people that have not been confirmed already, and people who are already confirmed, I don't think they're going to be there the whole time, because they might do something that's going to embarrass him or something that he doesn't like. He's going to fire him. So most of these people that's in the cabinet might get turned around and just get fired pretty quickly. And so we might be having a whole new cabinet. We might have a whole new cabinet by next year. You just never know, because President Trump just not going to put up with a lot that probably most would have. So that's basically all I had on that. So I actually got a chance to get that out. So coming up on the end, and like I said, I hope everyone has a happy Valentine's Day. And like I said, you can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter on @TrendChat 24/7. You can go to TrendChat247.com. And if you want to read my work on politichicks.com, it's politichicks.com/author/Brian Bledsoe. And once again, I appreciate y'all listening to Trend Chat. And until Thursday, I'll chat with you later.